Hello students, today we are going to start with chapter 3, that is Introduction to MSSS. Topic to be covered in this chapter were Introduction to MSSS, creating a new database, components of MSSS interface, creating tables in SS database. Now let's start with the first topic, that is Introduction to MSSS. MSSS is a database program that runs in the Windows environment and allows you to manage all your information. It is basically a relational database management system. Now, MSSS can be used to carry out the following operations that we are going to understand. First, design the database and enter data into the database quickly and easily. Create relationship among different tables in the database. Organize the records in the database in different ways. Locate specific records or data quickly by querying the database. Create reports to print specific records or data. Before we are going to start with creating a database, let's have a look on data type in SS. SS provides us with options to select a data type when we define a field for sorting the data. Just for example, first text that is used for text or combination of text and number up to 255 character in length. Number, that is numeric data used for calculation, can store both whole number and number with a decimal point. Currency, it can store currency or the monetary value. Date and time, generally used for putting the date and time format. Yes and no for giving the true or false value. OLE object is used to store objects created in another application. Hyperlink is used to store a link to the URL. Memo, this is used for lengthy text and number up to 65,536 characters long. Lookup wizard is used to look up in another table. Auto number, that is used for generating a sequence of number automatically. Rich text is used to store alphanumeric characters. As field is very much important in database for creating a table, let's we understand about the rules for naming a field. It can be 1 character and maximum 64 character in length. It can contain letters both upper and lower case. Digits 0 to 9 can be included. The underscore symbols, other characters like hash, dash, question mark, semicolon, comma, braces, curly braces, etc. It can contain a blank space but cannot start with a blank space. It cannot have a period, exclamation or a. Okay students, now we are going to understand how to create database using blank database option. Though we can create the database by a template also, but first we are going to understand how to create using a blank database option. Here are the steps. Open MSSS from the start menu. Click on the blank database option under the available template section. In the file name box, type the name of the database as library.accdb. That is the extension we are using for database. Click on the browser button and select the desktop or other suitable location to save your database. Click on the create button. A blank database option in the database view and display a blank table called as table 1 with a default field called as ID, which we can be able to change. Okay students, now very first thing that we have to understand, how we are going to interact with the MSSS. So for interacting with the MSSS, we need to have the components. As you know, every application we require an interface to interact with. So here are the components of MSSS interface. The first, quick access toolbar, which is at the top left corner. In the quick access toolbar, it display frequently used command, for example save, open. Now next is the title bar. It display the title of the active database. Third is the ribbon. The ribbon is used to issue all commands. It is located near the top of the screen below the quick access toolbar, which help in making the database. The navigation panel, it is present at the left side of the MSSS interface. It lists different objects like tables, forms, queries, report, etc., which is required for making the database. The document tab, when you open or create a table, form, queries or report in SS, its tab get displayed in the document tab bar. The record navigation bar, it is present at the bottom left of the SS interface and above the status bar. It has navigation button to move between different records in the displayed table or forms. The status bar, this is quite very important. The status bar is present at the SS interface. It displays button at its right side to change the database view, though we are going to understand more about the views later on. Okay students, though we have understand how to interact with the database, now we are trying to understand how we are going to create a table in SS. Though table is the basic building block of creating a database. In SS, a new table can be created by either using the datasheet view or the design view. First of all, we will try to understand how we are going to create a table in datasheet view. Table can be created using the datasheet view in two different ways: by using the table option under the create tab. Second is using the default table 1 displayed when a new database is created. Okay students, though we have discussed that for creating a table in datasheet view, we are having the two options. First of all, I am going to discuss with the first option, that is creating the table using the table option under the create table. There are the steps that we have to follow. To insert a new field after the ID field, that is the default field already be given, click on to add column heading. To drop down list appears, display the different data type available for the new field. You need to choose the appropriate one which is suitable for that field. Click on the text field. In my situation, a new field name, field 1. Understand, field 1 get inserted. Delete the field name and type book name for the new field. Suppose I have taken as an example as a book name. You can be able to give any name according to your table. In a similar manner, add new field with the required data type in the table name. Suppose if I given over here as a book name, so it is going to have the data type as a text. But suppose if I used to give date of birth, then the data type can be date and time. So accordingly you can be able to select the data type. Next is to save the table. Click on the file tab and click on the save. The save as dialog box will open. Type the table name and press OK. Don't forget to give the extension. The table will get saved, and the new table name will appear in the navigation pane. Suppose you have created a table in a datasheet view and you have find that the field name whatever you have given is not suitable according to the table. Then what you are going to do? So here is SS provide a flexibility to rename a field. Not only that, you can be able to modify data type and the data size as well. So let's have a look how we can be able to rename a field. Renaming a field in the dataset view, here are the steps. Right click on the field name. From the drop down list, select the rename field. It's quite very simple. Now we are trying to understand how we can change the data type and data size in datasheet view. So here are the steps. Click on the field name to select it, whatever the field you want to select. Two contextual tabs, fields and table will appear on the ribbon. Click on the field tab. Under the formatting group, the data type list box displays the data type of the selected field name. You can be able to choose from whatever be the suitable data type is required. Click to open the list. From the drop down list, select the appropriate data type as you required for that field. Now under the property group, change the appropriate field size. Suppose you have selected the field size as 5 but it required the size to be 55. So here you can be able to select the appropriate size for that field. Now last is to click on save to save the changes. Okay students, suppose you have created a table in datasheet view and you want to insert a new field in between the two existing field. Then what you are going to do? So here we are having the options that how we can be able to insert a new field in between two existing field in the datasheet view. Here are the steps that we have to follow. Right click on the field heading. From the drop down list, select the insert field option. A new field with the field name F1 will get inserted in between the column. You can rename that field F1 as according to your requirement. Now entering the data into the table. Suppose you have created the structure for how to or written all the fields what is required for creating a table. Now the next thing that is required, how we are going to enter data in a table. So here are the very simple steps that we have to follow for entering data into a table. Double click on the table name from the navigation pane which is on the left side. You can find, right click on the first cell under the first column, type value under first column and press the tab key to move to the next cell toward the right. In this manner, data can be entered in table. This is what we are going to understand till now. Now in the next video, I am going to make you introduce some more topics related to the MS Access. Till now, stay safe and keep reading. Thank you all.